good.
Yeah.
Welcome.
This is, we
Welcome
got here
back to Intro Avenue. We've got Alma Murillo right here, sitting right there.
Robert McGowan's right there, sitting right there.
Hello. How are you? How are you?
That's awkward as shit if you ask, like, just straight up to the...
I did.
I guess I want to know, though. So it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How you been?
I've been okay. I've been, I feel like it's been a weird timing in my life with this topic. And,
Yeah.
like, that's pretty cool. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
We've got, I saw that Scream movie with you after last week. It's terrible.
Kind of bad. I kind of thought it was funny.
It was funny how terrible
I think it was trying to be meta, and, like, they did a good job at that, and, like, I think that I don't think they were trying to be that serious. And if they were, it was funny.
It fell.
It had jump scares. The jump scares were kind of funny.
Hey, but I got jump scared by a cell phone notification, so that's cheap.
Yeah.
That's cheap. I could have counted on two hands how many times that they set up like the door light thing, and then like how many is there gonna be someone behind it when they close it? I was like, they pulled that trope out like 16 times in that movie.
Yeah.
It felt
like they were doing like a less funny version of
Scary Movie. Yeah.
But like more funny than a Scream movie, because those were cool and like good, you know.
Yeah.
But like but less funny than a.
It was like Scream trying to be Scary Movie. That's a good description. That's very good.
Yeah. Like they're really, I don't know, PG. I don't know why I said PG.
I've heard
it doesn't have
it's got better ratings than it deserves. That's my opinion of it.
I don't know anything about the ratings. I don't really care.
There's gonna be an avocado shortage. I heard recently that we've stopped importing avocados from Mexico.
Yeah.
So good luck, California.
Good luck. Yeah.
Heart goes out to you. Stock up now. They don't keep well.
They don't keep well. So even if you stock up, oh.
Yeah. So.
Bananas. Wasn't there something with bananas?
Yeah, I think bananas are getting some disease, and because they're all clones of each other, it's really not good when they get a disease that is really vicious against them.
Yeah.
Because they're all identical.
Yeah.
You know, that's what makes us like kind of hard to kill to disease, because we all have like genetic mutations.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, you could have a genetic mutation.
Aren't we closer to like a parasite than like mammals? Just in our behavior.
Morally, yeah. Morally. I'd say, we definitely would. I would agree with that. Where's what I was looking at? So.
I saw The Matrix recently.
How was that?
I've never seen I know about The Matrix. It's like one of those movies like that like is super integrated in
society.
Like pop culture and society and everything. And like I fantasized about watching it, and like I researched it and whatever, and I watched it randomly, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's pretty good. The second and third ones get a little like crazy train off the rails. But it's pretty good. I think you should watch the rest of the trilogy. Where'd you watch it?
I watched it on Prime.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it was on Prime.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, Prime is pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah.
Bezos, I don't know, but
Amazon.
Yeah. I don't know anything, but what I've heard has not been the best.
Yeah? They got good PR at any rate.
Honestly, good shipping times though.
They do. We having good shipping times.
I can't.
They got Audible's great. I like Audible.
Audible's really good. Yeah.
I mean, I got my first bong off of Amazon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Amazon's coming clutch, you know?
Yeah.
Am I using that correctly? Clutch?
Clutch. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you are.
That's clutch. Not clutch?
You should have stopped while you were ahead.
I don't know a lot of the gaming terms, but that sounds fun.
I went and saw a magic show on Valentine's Day with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I bought tickets to it was at a location called The Theater.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was going to be like a theater show, because it was titled like Magic with like a GUE.
Oh, like
Yeah, it was like French spelling almost.
Yeah.
So I was expecting like maybe
misled
like
you.
like a show at like a theater show. So but then we went and it was like a really over the top like with showgirls and like
that's amazing.
Really like
I'm sure she had a good time though.
Like headpieces and stuff.
Yeah.
That were like really pretty. And all of the costumes were handmade by like one guy that was like also doing like all the tricks. And like one other guy was like walking around with like cool sneakers all the time. So like if you're in like the Reno area, go check out like the magic show at the theater. It's really cool. It's got good ratings. They traveled all around the world for like 30 years until COVID hit, and then they had to come like back home to Reno.
Oh damn.
And then they rented out a theater that one of the people, like the main guy in the show, had saw Rocky Horror Picture Show. Like when he was a kid.
That's actually kind of insane to think about.
Right? So I was like, wow, this is really cool. I'm watching a magic show that a guy when he was a kid watched like Rocky Horror Picture Show. And he's like traveled the whole world since then.
That's making me want to go watch that show. That sounds really cool.
Really cool.
You said Showgirls actually? You had me there.
The
sounds so
girl,
fun.
the dance, wow.
That sounds really fun. No, literally,
really
that sounds so fun.
It was really great. It was like, and they've got like some seats that you can get that give you like backstage tours and stuff, and they're like less than $100 for a ticket for like the backstage tours and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Less than 100.
It's pretty cool. They made a joke. It's like pretty good for the Save Mart shopping center, huh? And I was like, honestly, yeah, bro. I got confetti shot at me.
Yeah.
Like it was cool. They had like alcohol and stuff, which was pretty cool. But they couldn't sell alcohol, so they were like being like, yeah, alcohol, we have it. Go ahead. It's $5 donation recommendation for beverage. Yeah. It's definitely definitely a workaround.
That's kind of like prohibition times. Like, hey, like, don't let this drink go spoil, or it'll turn into this alcohol.
You don't have a alcohol license, but no, that was a really cool show. So that was, I think, my favorite Valentine's Day ever.
I'm so happy for you. No, that's so cool. That's so cool.
But yeah,
I watched The Matrix on Valentine's Day, dude.
Yeah,
isn't that funny?
That's
really
so cool.
Funny.
So this week, I think what we're talking about is meditation.
It is.
We're really gonna dig into some different types of meditation and stuff. Maybe some of like our personal experience with meditation.
Yeah. Just to preface, meditation is so broad. It's such a big umbrella that it covers.
It is a very simple word for a very complex topic.
Yeah, and so we'll be covering the few that we researched. You know.
Yeah.
So
I mean. Yeah, someone came up to me, and they said, it's like, don't people spend like the years of their life studying this stuff? And I was like, people literally spend lifetimes studying this stuff, and we're studying it for less than a week, trying to put out a video that's about an hour long about it, where half of it we're just going to be BSing, talking to each other. So trying to sum all this up is like really hard.
I think there was some really interesting stuff though.
Yeah.
So I feel like just cool topic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a really cool thing that everyone can experience, and like it's kind of like probably really beneficial to do that with yourself. But yeah, that's the topic for tonight.
So we kind of started, like, I had you looking at the pen and stuff at the end of, like, last episode.
Yeah.
So that's why I was excited. We kind of ended up, like, just falling into meditation next.
Just by that episode, that last bit of it, definitely I had no fucking clue what you were saying. I did not understand, and it completely went over my head. I think I have a little bit of a grasping on the pen specifically.
Yeah.
And... growth.
I pulled a Wolf of Wall Street on you, like, sell me this pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was such a cool scene, actually.
I love that movie.
That's so cool.
It's such a good movie. I really love all Leonardo DiCaprio's movies. But
one of the things that, like, I think to, like, ease into it, I feel, that helped, I feel like, both of us, was the Avatar video. Right?
Yeah, no, for sure. That's even when I first started getting into meditation, like looking up different stuff, like meditating a lot. I did. If you start to like look into like chakras and stuff, it's very complicated. There's a bunch of information. There's all these like really pretty people and they're like 20 somethings on YouTube like talking about how to clear your 7 chakras in 20 minutes. It's real gimmicky and stuff. So that's hard.
Such a good word for because you'll scroll and it's it feels gimmicky. It really does. It feels not authentic in a way. But go on.
It's because it's like it's a Western bastardization of an ancient Eastern tradition.
It's oversimplifying it, I feel, because it's like it's not
20
just
minute
like
sum up of a lifetime of study.
Yeah, it's like a continuous practice, right? So
one video, if you do want to like kind of look at chakras, one that helped me a lot was this. It's a YouTube video titled "How to Clear Your Chakras," as explained by a children's TV show. Mm-hmm. It's a clip from Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's also uploaded by Nickelodeon. That clip I don't think is as good as this like fan-made version, because the fan-made version gives like some more explanations deeper into like how like this is kind of accurate or inaccurate, and how it's like it's obviously a simplification because it's a children's show, but they're pretty accurate in like how they did their research behind this like explanation. You know, it's like I like to use the example of like a children's solar system. Is you're not going to see Jupiter big enough to lose planet Earth in it, and you're not going to see the sun big enough to lose the whole solar system in it. In a children's solar system, you're just going to see planets and, you know, the sun, and you're going to have that basic concepts laid out in a cool, fun to look at way. And that's, I think, what this Avatar video does very well. Yeah,
it's a really good way to like ease into like even just like the concepts it like is going to like bring at you. Yeah, that video was really, really cool.
Yeah, we watched, so like for research this week, I've done like research over the past year. Yeah, like just kind of meditating. And, you know, I've never really like read too many books about it, but I looked this stuff up on like the internet and I studied this stuff and I've practiced a little bit. So that Avatar video has personally really been one of the most helpful things in like my meditate. I did over a month's work meditation on just that 10-minute video about like a children's show. There's this guy on YouTube and like TikTok called like Sadhguru, SADHGURU. That's been extremely helpful. There's a guy on TikTok called the Fotivational speaker, like motivational but faux, like FAUX. Okay. So like he's been really cool when I was like really going through it with meditating a lot. Who else has been big help? We've got.
There was one that I can't pronounce his name, but should I attempt?
Go for it. That's all you, bro. I don't even know who you're talking about.
Oh, no, yeah, you sent me one of his videos.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. What's it called? He talked a lot about, he talks a lot about meditation, honestly, but, he's really, really interesting. He did a lot of, like, meditation as, like, a child with his, like, father and stuff, and, he's the one that, like, overcame, like, panic, and he had, like, panic attacks when he was, like, first getting into it and stuff, and then he has a really, really beautiful story, honestly, about like overcoming like the panic and becoming friends with it, and then it leaving him, you know what I mean, like he no longer like, it's really, really beautiful. But
it's so funny I sent you this video because I have no memory of
this. I know, I think I went on a tiny little dive on him, you know what I mean. He's really, really funny, just like charismatic person.
Nail this name right now. You can do it.
I'll try to say it. Can we try to put it up on the screen?
Okay. Text it to me right now.
Okay. Youngi Minguru Rinpoche. That's what that's as best as I can say it. But I would check him out as well. He has a really cool way of saying things, I would say. Yeah. And then Alan Watts, I feel like, has a video for everything. I feel like he's helped in so many things, and he has a lot of cool concepts about a variety of things. So meditation was in there.
No, and he has a really nice voice. He's a nice way of saying things.
Oh, I could listen to Alan Watts literally for hours, I think.
Yeah. So he's really good. Those are all like, you know, a bunch of like different people that we looked at on YouTube and stuff, like so, you know, and I've done meditation. I've done countless 5, 10, 1 minute meditations. I've meditated for over an hour a couple of times before. I've meditated over half an hour countless times, like, you know, so it's like I've meditated like a good bit. I started I originally, you know, I was meditating kind of off and on the same way I was listening to rap off and on before I really got into rap. Yeah. Just to kind of like play with it.
Almost like dipping your toes into the water.
Yeah. Like I'd you know, do some stuff and meditate, and I'd try to like dissolve in my body or whatever. And then, you know, wouldn't get too far, and then, you know, like a dog with a bone, I just kind of lose interest pretty quick. Yeah. It was not until I had like, you know, a series of unfortunate events led to me living in my car. Yeah. And I was very stressed and like manic and depressed and like feeling all types of like crazy negative emotions about like about my life, and like looking at anything like, oh, like, ow, I stubbed my toe. Ow, and I live in my car. I can't even shower because COVID. Like, it's like, like the whole world is falling around me and there's a pandemic. And so it's like, that's when I really started to meditate a lot more. Partly just to put myself to sleep in an uncomfortable car because it's not comfortable. And so meditating myself to sleep would help. And then like once I did that, that's when I was like meditating a lot more. And then when I also gave myself the goal that I wanted to astral project, I wanted to have an out of body experience. And so that would, you know, once you kind of like set my mind to something, I was like, I'm gonna do this. And that's kind of a catch-22 with like meditation, is like when you set out to a goal, it's almost a surefire way not to get it. Yeah. So like if you want to astral project, good luck. You're probably not going to. If you attempt to astral project,
that's with like luck. Intentions too and expectations. It's like if you're grasping at something, you'll never reach it. Like it's like
you gotta jump. You gotta like full-fledged jump after something you don't know is there.
Letting go is really important. I feel like if you're trying to
like those deeper end levels meditation, there's a lot of like ego death and letting things go, and that's sounds easy when you talk about like letting things go, like grudges and, you know, like people that have harmed you and blah blah blah, but not so much when you talk about letting go of the people that haven't harmed you. You know, your loved ones and like
your family,
your possessions, and, you know, like everything you've worked for in your whole life. Like those things are not so easy to let go, but that is just as important to let go when you get into those like more end levels of meditation, which is like at the end of the Avatar video, you see, you know, Avatar Aang running away and not being able to do it because he can't give up Katara. He loves her too much. He can't complete this ascension because it is too difficult for him to let go of his ego like that. And like let go of
his attachments. No, that's that whole show is like really, really interesting, I feel, and like
it's a great show. I think if you watch it as a kid, revisit it as an adult, it's really good. But so you don't have as much experience meditating.
I don't have nearly as much. No, I know. I honestly, the first time I heard about meditation was through a sibling, and I was pretty young, and she started kind of getting into it, and she was like, hey, like, there's like this thing, it's meditation, dude, like it's like scientifically, like it can change your brain, this and that, telling me so much information, and I was like, that's bullshit, because I did not want to agree with her like so quick. I was really young, but like I didn't want to agree with her.
Just being confrontational.
And I think though, like I think actively meditating, I didn't really like attempt too much before researching, I feel, and like the closest I feel like I got was like not intentional and was like as a kid, you know?
Yeah.
And like I don't know, because I don't know if that like counts as meditating, but like trying to just be in a sense, you know what I mean? Because I used to just as a kid I used to kind of like really think about death a lot, and like what it would be like to if after death is nothingness and like that whole sense, then what is nothingness and what is not having a consciousness. And I would just sit there and try to think about nothing and try not to see black, and then not feel anything, not move, and like that's I think the closest thing I got to meditating.
Didn't they say in like Midnight Gospel that meditation is practice for death?
Yeah, I think they did say that. Yeah.
So you were literally, you figured it out.
I was super young. Yeah. That's I don't know what brought that on to have that fascination or thoughts about it.
Once you realize that you're gonna die, there's no way around it. Like you can't help but be like, what?
I feel like
you're telling me I'm gonna I just realized I'm alive, bro. I was a baby. I don't remember being a baby. Mm-hmm. But now you're telling me I'm gonna die.
And everyone's gonna die.
And everybody, my mom's
everything,
gonna die.
Your dog.
My dad's gonna die. My turtle's gonna die.
I don't know.
Frog.
I fucking played with this as a kid, though. You know what I mean? And like
I think,
that concept, you know.
I don't think that makes you like a dreadful
mortician.
No. Like
not at all. I just definitely like thought about like yes, that's my experience with meditation. You know, though that's what I'm trying to say, and I feel like I have a different perspective right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're constantly growing and stuff, but yeah, definitely I feel it's kind of important for like your mental health a little bit. I feel to like check in with yourself, you know.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely true.
What's it called?
So, yeah, no,
we're talking about a couple of them, right?
Yeah, specifically? I think one of the first types of meditation, like if you Google meditation, the first thing that you're gonna find on like WebMD and like, you know, Wikipedia YouTube. And everything is gonna be mindfulness meditation. If you talk to your therapist, they'll talk to you about mindfulness.
A lot of therapists have like mindfulness methods.
Yeah, and it's kind of this like just looking at how you feel and accepting it and breathing and feeling and looking at it and processing through it and just moving on. But like you really you got to sit there in that, and that's an uncomfortable feeling for someone maybe going through like a breakup who is working 6-7 days a week to try to avoid those feelings.
You have inner conflict.
Someone who is maybe got issues with their parents, someone who's maybe got like just issues with their own identity. Maybe like they don't even like their job and they're working 6-7 days a week to tire themselves out so much that they don't even think about how much they don't like it because they're just working too hard to make that money. You know, and it's like just constantly distracting yourself. So it's like, don't distract yourself. Sit down, feel, process, be, witness. Like, you know, we watched a YouTube video by a YouTuber I really like called Exerbia, but he spells it like Exerb, 1A. Really cool, but he's talked about it as like an orchestra and an audience. And you, the big you are the audience. You're the thing witnessing these things, because if the orchestra stops playing, you're still sitting there waiting for it to start up playing again, unless you're dead. You know what I mean? Like, and the orchestra is things like fear, anxiety, like hunger, like all of these feelings, the sensation of like the thing I'm sitting on, and I'm witnessing those things. It's
like your thoughts, right? You're thinking thoughts, but who's listening to them? Who's like
the observer is who we truly are.
Right.
Not the interactions, not the seeing, but the action of seeing.
Yeah.
So it's like
one of them that like,
no, go ahead.
So one of them that was like helping me like kind of get the point of like letting go of the thoughts and just accepting it, and like you know what I mean, like sitting down and feeling that and stuff, I feel like was the breathing one. Yeah. Where you would like focus on your breathing, get distracted, right?
Yeah.
And then
it's mindfulness meditation.
Yeah. But it's like that's the breathing.
You focus on your breathing in mindfulness meditation.
It helped me like get the mindfulness one, you know what I mean? Like, because it's like focusing on the breathing, right? And then like getting distracted, and then like, okay, I have a thought, and then like letting that thought play out, not stopping it, and then like not judging it, and like letting it go, and going back to the breath, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And continuing to breathe, and then you get another thought, and then just processing it, like not judging it, and then continuing to breathe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it's where those moments where you like get the thoughts and stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like not literally just observing them, and like letting it be how it is, and going back to breathing, I feel like is there's just like a really good exercise.
Well, it's like, you know, you kind of focus on like the breathing and like this up and down, like, and then you start to think like, oh my God, my taxes, oh my God, my relationship with my father, oh my God, my mom is sick, oh wait, I'm really hungry, I'm kind of thirsty, you know what, a Baja Blast sounds really good right now. And it's that transition from, because you're going to have to realize, because you're going to naturally transition from the breathing to these chaotic thoughts, to these like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And it's not judging yourself for that. Like, damn it, I'm so stupid. Why can't I just breathe? It's just bringing back.
It's like, oh yeah, let's breathe again.
Yeah. And then just breathe. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to get distracted again. And that's fine. That's the point. And then you bring it back, because each time you bring it back, that's the push up. Yeah. You know, the down is the breathing.
Yeah.
You know, and then like getting lost, and then the push up is when you bring it back.
Yeah.
And then you kind of just breathe and you get lost, and then you bring it back, and then you breathe and you get lost, and then you bring it back.
I like that analogy.
Yeah. So, and that's
for the audio people, it's like a mental like push up, right?
It's a mental push up. Yeah. I'm like miming out push ups right now.
Sorry.
No, but that's 10 out of 10. Yeah, so mindfulness meditation is a big one. That's like what you're gonna hear about most times.
Probably initially, as if you go look it up, that's the majority of that you could find. But like, there's so much.
There's a lot of like focused attention and like on like an object or a phrase, like mantras and stuff, and that's like a type of meditation. Like mindfulness meditation really helps with things like, you know, depression, anxiety, because you're gonna look at things less subjectively and like, oh, this is happening to me, woe is me. You know, like the Buddhist says, life is suffering. And once you accept that your suffering isn't special and everyone else is suffering, you just start to wish like everyone else has a good day and stop thinking about how miserable your day is, because you know everybody else is just as miserable, if not more.
But even just with like how do I explain this? Like there was an analogy one of the videos were saying, like getting a little separation, right, from like your everyday, and like they were saying also with the body and stuff, but like
that was Sadhguru were talking about traffic.
Yeah, yes. So like let's say you're like in a traffic jam, right? You're stuck, you're frustrated, you're hitting your steering wheel, whatever.
Slam on your brakes, yelling at the guy in front of you.
Yeah, and now let's say there's an air balloon like passing by, and you're just like, oh, that kind of looks pretty down there.
Yeah, you're up there in the sky looking at the traffic with all the pretty lights, and it's moving slowly and it looks peaceful.
And it's like that distance creates like clarity and can create clarity.
It creates a different, you know, you're going to look at it differently when you're farther away from it, and you can appreciate it for in a different way than you could when you were in it. And like meditation gives you the space to kind of do that while you're still in the traffic. To kind of be like, well, at least I'm not dead. Like, at least I hope nobody else is dead.
Yeah. At least I didn't cause the traffic jam, At least I didn't get, I hope they're safe, whoever, like, what happened, like.
And we're live again on video, which feels good.
Yeah. Great.
And then, so after, so focused attention is a different type of meditation, but you can also do that, with your breath.
Yeah. Because it can be a single sensation, I saw. I love how that was phrased.
Yeah.
Because it could be like you sitting on a chair, the feeling
of the chair on your butt.
Yeah.
The feeling of the ground on your feet, the feeling of the clothes on your skin, the feeling of your glasses on your face, the feeling of the wind on your skin, the sound of waves of an ocean.
Oh, I like that sound.
The the sound of a waterfall. It's like just the general buzz of nature around you. The sight of a hairbrush. The physical task of doing something like drawing or painting or doing something at work. All of these things can be focused attention as long as you put. It's like a laser, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of times if you open your eyes, it's all of this information is coming in and your brain's attention is kind of going in a wide light, painting over all of it, and you've kind of got this drape of attention. So what you're trying to do with focused attention is bring that light of attention down from this whole room where I have kind of a general awareness of the whole room to just the laptop. And then not just the laptop, but just the stop button of the recording on the laptop. And then just focus on that and just that. And throw everything else away and just focus on that. And that type of meditation has some different benefits.
Oh yeah, this
I really like the benefits from this one.
Just because this
I'm a little ADHD.
Yeah.
I'm a little woohoo.
I felt that. Yeah. But this specific meditation, the focus attention meditation, affects this is a certain cortex that we have in our brain, but it helps you with detecting errors, overcoming impulses, and problem solving, which I thought was really, really
it's gonna help build your focus. It's gonna help build attention to detail.
When I was thinking about it, it's like the mental push-ups. You know what I mean? And it's just oh shit, there's the results.
Yeah.
It's working. You know what I mean? It is a mental push-up. You know more about this one. How do you?
Yeah. So pranayama.
Pranayama.
Yeah, pranayama.
Apologies for the mispronunciation.
It's okay. I can't say your name.
That's true.
So pranayama is, I think, originally a Hindu word, but prana is a word for the breath, and pranayama is I think it's basically breath yoga. It's breath meditation. It can help you be aware of your body. A lot of times, it's if you lay down, you might lay down in a way that kinks your back in a weird way, when you sleep. Yeah. But you don't even notice, and you're gonna spend 8 hours like that. Yeah. So pranayama can help you kind of realize that you're stressing out parts of your body when it's especially if you have a partner, and you got that classic I've been holding them all night shoulder kink. Some pranayama, you probably do that before you go to bed. You realize that your shoulder's all kinked up right now. You should relax that. Maybe move your partner a little bit so that way you feel better in the morning.
I was eating some donuts one time, and I totally was I was laying down, right? And I literally was oh, I'm uncomfortable. I can just move. Yeah. And I sat stuck there for a second until I was oh, I can get comfy. And
it's
that donut helped.
Yeah, it's a pretty good awareness thing.
Yeah.
And so it can kind of help with self-reflection. If you're just doing a pretty basic focusing on your breath, that can be looked at as mindfulness, but a lot of times I'll breathe into my belly and visualize just breath coming into my belly and out, and I think that would be a little different than mindfulness meditation. Yeah.
That's kind of actively doing something though, right?
Yeah. I've done a lot of different meditation types, and like I think part of the reason is I gave myself a goal and I was doing it almost every night. And if you do the same type of meditation every night, it gets boring. It's boring. Like there's so many different types of meditation. Mix it up, have fun with it, discover new stuff. Like what's the worst you're gonna do?
Yourself.
It's like, I've got how many different muscle groups in my physical body. Like if you went to the gym and all you did was got on the treadmill, like you're not going to see the results that you'd want to see. Like go lift some weights, like go do some pull-ups, like go do the other exercises. Like don't just cardio. Don't just get on the first piece of equipment in the gym and never get on another piece. Like try all of these things, figure out which one you like the most, figure out which one's the hardest for you, figure out which one's the easiest for you, and like kind of figure out like how they benefit you. And I hate to say, the only way you really figure that out is by doing it. And it takes work. It takes work.
I can
it's
say that
hard.
I feel like meditation to me feels really, really personal, right? Because it's like you're by yourself in your inner beings, and it's literally just you and whatever reality is going on or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to make of it, whatever, But I feel like it feels to me, yes, like you can research it, whatever, nothing will compare to you actually practicing it.
You can read books all day about how to ride a bike.
I feel like it, to me, feels very confronting. So it's like
yeah, I mean,
be alone by yourself.
So is a bike when you can't ride it.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. But sorry. I just feel that to me it felt very confronting. It was like, oh shit, you need a.
For me, it felt welcoming, but that's because I've been here before. I've ridden the bike before.
Also, your transition to meditation was an escape.
A little bit more forced.
It was, but it was. Yeah. You felt comfort in it, right? As to where me, it's like I'm stepping in, and it's just like showing me a mirror to my face. And it's like...
And you're like, I'm pretty good as is. Like, you're like, I don't live in my car or anything.
I feel the need to like, you need to dig deeper and you need to delve deeper. Yeah.
But it's not as apparent as it would be for someone who is living in their car who can't pay their bills and stuff.
It's also
you can pay your bills.
It's also just easier said than done. You know what I mean? So it's like I can say that and like feel that way strongly, but like sitting down with yourself, dude, is like
it's hard kind to feel intimidating. Strongly. Yeah. It is really hard. So like, if I was going to do like any level of like deeper meditation, where it's like more than like 10 minutes of meditation, I'm going to get into a state of like body and mind, where I'm trying to put my body to sleep and keep my mind awake. And I don't care if I'm sitting down, laying down, like, on my head, like. That's any deeper level of meditation. I'm trying to put my body to sleep and keep my mind awake. You're not going to be able to do that while at work or something. You're not going to be able to do that while riding a bike. But you can do that while like doing like with your eyes closed, deeper level meditations. Yeah. The way that I do this is by like closing my eyes, and I'll lay down and I visualize like the muscles in my feet and like my hands like massaging them and relaxing them, and like just relaxing those muscles and telling them that, hey, thanks for like carrying me around all day, but go to bed, like you can relax now. And I do that pretty much for every muscle in my body, systematically, slowly working up, like my calves, my shins, like every muscle. Don't forget a muscle. Yeah. Like make sure you thank, like you use them all day, so thank everyone, all your fingers, all your hands, like your forearms. Don't forget your face muscles. Like put it all to bed, relax it, and then forget about it. Your body is asleep. You don't have to worry about it. Now your mind did all the work putting your body to sleep, so he should be awake to do these like deeper level meditative exercises.
Deep dives.
And that's my like step one. That's like my ritual when I'm like getting into like deeper levels of meditation. Yeah. I don't think that that's the only way to do it. I think that there's plenty of ways to do it. I think you have to do it enough to figure out what works for you.
Yeah, I think with a lot of them, when you like research how to do it and like you follow like the guides and like whatever, it's that seems to be like generally like step one is like to separate the mind from the body and like relax the body to like, you know what I mean? How you're saying like every muscle and stuff, like okay, I'm not gonna worry about this and work out here and get there until your whole body's good, right? That's how you're kind of explaining it to me one time, and I feel like that's generally how it seems to build.
Yeah, and I think like, you know, we often talk about like mind, body, and spirit, and your mind is constantly worried about your body. Like right now, I'm balancing. I'm literally just not falling over. Yeah. And I'm doing that subconsciously. You know, I've vision of the room, so it's like if something really fast starts to come into my vision, I'm gonna like, my brain's already registered to like move out of the way before that even happens.
You're aware.
So it's like, yeah, I'm in like this really I'm in a heightened state of awareness. So it's like to reduce that state of awareness of my body, so my mind can put that attention in other places, because you only have so much energy. So you want to control that energy and do like controlled, measured things with it.
Yeah.
You know,
that is true. We only do have so much energy, and we do use a lot of it on our just tasks and physical selves, and so it's like interesting to like focus it somewhere else. You know, that's like really, really interesting.
Yeah. So once you get into like, you know, like that's all like pretty 10-15 minute level meditation kind of stuff we've talked about so far, like that you could do. You know, and if you wanted to do those, like, you know, you that's pretty basic stuff. You could look that up, like pranayama, focused attention, mindfulness.
Good way to like start.
Yeah, like but that once you put like your body to sleep and you're keeping your mind awake, then you're in like the perfect position to start doing deeper levels of meditation. And this is like where I start to do any type of like chakra meditation, like how the like Avatar video described. Like in the very beginning, they talk about clearing your first chakra, and what blocks it is fear. In Avatar, they call it something else, but your first chakra at the base of your spine is called your root chakra. It is red. The chakras line up with the color of the rainbow, because it's like light, a white light, like traveling through the body, and
and light is
by the time it shoots out the top of your head, it's white because it's gathered all of these different like prisms.
Yeah.
So boom, 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 and white.
Isn't white the absence of color?
White's every color.
Isn't that black?
No, that's the absence of color.
Okay, that makes sense. That's really cool. Okay, sorry. No, but yeah, so the root chakra, that you said fear. I saw some things that was, is it like fear, and like it affects your security and safety feeling? If you're in fear, because if you're in fear, you're not gonna feel safe. You're not gonna feel secure or safe, and so like.
So that's like what your root chakra deals with. It's the one that deals with survivability, food, water, sleep. Probably even like your deepest, closest relationships a little bit, like family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like when I started to do meditations on clearing my root chakra, I had to ask myself, like, what am I scared of?
Yeah.
And that is not a comfortable question. Go down the street and ask any random person what they're scared of, and see how that goes for you. And you do react the same with yourself. You sit down, you look yourself in the mirror. What are you scared of? This, like heights, spiders. Or, you know, spiders, like whatever. You just kind of like, you give yourself like a one-off answer, and the only person you can cheat is yourself. Yeah. So like, yeah, you can say spiders and you can move on to the second. No offense to arachnophobia. No. That is a real thing. I've definitely I'll jump at a spider.
I think arachnophobia is different than like, oh, just saying spider, but you could. It's like an example. I just don't want to diss them because I feel like that's legitimate.
No, like there are definitely things to be scared of, but like that is what like blocks that chakra, and like you have to ask yourself what scares you and why, and then you have to like register that like, yeah, that really sucks, and you have to like almost apologize to yourself that happened to you and that scares you, and you have to almost like promise to yourself that it will be okay and that you'll take care of yourself and that you'll prevent those scary things from hurting you in the future, and that that you don't need to be scared of those things anymore. You've grown past that, and you've accepted like that you don't need fear anymore, and that's not serving you, like and then because when I was living in my car, I definitely did not have a lot of security. I had someone steal $300 pair of headphones off my dashboard.
Oh, wow.
While I was like
in the car
in the car sleeping.
Oh,
so how's that? It makes you go from feeling homeless to homeless and poor.
Yeah.
So
no, it's just like you're sleeping and someone's like literally so close to you.
So like you don't feel safe, and that then blocks your root chakra. But then you having to be in that situation have to let go of fear because it doesn't serve you.
Yeah.
And then like by doing that, you become like a more accepting person. Like a scared, agitated person can look around like this. Like you don't want to walk up to that guy. Like a comfortable guy is gonna be easier to walk up to and be like, hey, are you okay? Do you need help? Blah blah blah. So it's like one thing that I think is really interesting if you look at the chakras and the things that they kind of deal with and Maslow's hierarchy of needs, they really kind of line up.
You can relate?
It looks like the Western and the Eastern version of the same thing.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
But and then after, spending a full month working on my root chakra and what I was scared of, I moved up to your sacral chakra, and that one is like shame, like guilt and type stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, my last fear was that I was not going to be able to like forgive myself for things that I have done.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's like life is long.
Yeah.
You're gonna do something in life that you're gonna think you're a bad person for doing. That doesn't make you a bad person.
You do things and they're done, and you need to accept that.
If you judge anybody by their worst day, you wouldn't talk to them. And if you judge anybody by their best day, you think that they should be a worldwide celebrity.
A celebrity.
Just like they're a saint, you know what I mean? Like Santa Claus type.
Yeah.
Like if you judge anybody by their best or worst day, we're all ultimate good or ultimate evil. We all like live in this range, so it's just trying to be better is like really how your choices after all that kind of dice gets rolled is
what you do after. I can see that.
So like
but still like
it's like I
guilt and stuff.
I felt good. You feel like I'm a bad person and I do bad things, but what's wrong with that is if you're a bad person and you do bad things, how are you going to do good things and help people? Like if that's your genuine belief about yourself deep down under everything, like you can tell people that I think I'm scum like in a joking way, and then they think that they don't actually think you're scum, but really you do think you're scum. And until you address that, how are you going to actually help people?
You need to recognize you're
not a bad person.
Yeah.
You're a good person and you can help people.
You need to recognize that like shit happens and you do things that you don't like look back on and like don't agree with yourself or whatever, and it's really important to like accept that happened and just let go of that, and that's the second chakra, right? And
it's like letting go of that shame, forgiving yourself, accepting that you are an okay person. You're not a terrible a horrible mean person.
This whole thing is like that's really important for like life, is like
gotta love yourself first.
Accept yourself, love yourself for real though. I think that's like really, really important. And then
after, so then that's red for root, and then we got orange for sacral,
and then there's
and then we got yellow is the solar plexus, and that is right in your solar plexus, right in the squishy part of the center of your chest.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's your solar plexus.
Okay, that's
It does not feel good to get punched there. But it deals with like confidence, and like doubt more than shame.
Okay.
Like a little bit of like you can love yourself, but you can still be quiet. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like it's like a confidence of self. It's like I feel like I can go out and I can shake somebody's hand and I can be proud of the person that they're meeting a dope person.
Yeah.
Like that I can be happy that the people that other people are meeting, I'm really happy to go walk around showing that to people. I feel like
the issues I've had, this is making me just think like the issues I've had to like overcome in the past that I could have been dealing with that and like solving shit. Like there it is. Like of course you're gonna be fucking like confident and like go into situations. Like I just had an issue. Sorry, just like quick thing. I just had an issue where I would like go into like social situations and be like, everyone hates me. I need to convince everyone to like me because everyone already hates me and I'm like the worst person like ever.
That's a horrible starting ground.
And like I had to like learn that was not like how it should be basis, like bro. And like I could even sells itself. And I could even like choose to like not fuck with people because like I could literally
you're picking the litter
literally. And like I feel like that's like blowing my mind that it's like of course fucking confidence would come next, you know what I mean? Like okay go on sorry.
And then so it's like these first base 3 are really like material, very very like food, you know, like
home life,
shame, confidence, water, like take care of yourself.
Yeah, take care
of yourself before you can do anything with
even else. the one who I couldn't pronounce his name very well was saying helping yourself is like helping others. Like it is literally like affecting other people immediately.
I mean, how many people in the last 5 years have you like made smile?
No. You know, that just reminded me of something.
Yeah, and if you were 10% happier, how many more people would you have made in the last 5 years?
You're so right. I've been bitchy to so many people that like honestly did not deserve it. And then you think back at In-N-Out, right? Yeah. Sorry, this is like a little thing. At In-N-Out, I used to work there, right? Not a company secret, but they tell you, like, the reason you should be so charismatic and extra fucking nice with every customer, because it's, like, they're kind of known for that, you know? And it's, like, what if you know, like, someone just had a shitty-ass fucking day, shitty-ass fucking week, like, relatives died or something happened at work and, like, whatever, and they go into this place, like, expecting, like, food and, like, smiles, and you're just a fucking bitch to them. You're just a dick. You know, and
that's worse than if you're just walking down the street and somebody randomly bees a dick to you.
That sucks. You know what I mean? It's just like like I don't know, but that's just like
consistency is key.
Like how many more people would you have made smile? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like how many I don't like beating people up because I feel bad.
Yeah. No, build yourself up. Just don't even deal with anyone until you feel better, and then build people up.
Yeah.
Just.
This makes sense.
Oh, we're still recording. Alright, I'm just checking the video. We're still doing good.
Yeah.
But so your solar plexus, like, on all of these, I kind of was writing down, like, you can do breathing meditation on all of these different chakras, like pranayama. Mm-hmm. So, like, you close your eyes, you breathe air in, like, good, like, you know, like, air into, like, the location in your body where your root chakra is. Mm-hmm. So like the base of your spine, or if you're going to do it for your sacral chakra, kind of like where your groin is. Mm-hmm. Or if you do it for your sacral chakra, you're breathing into like where your sacral chakra is. Or if you're doing your heart chakra, you're breathing into where your heart chakra is.
Is the heart chakra right above the solar plexus?
It's kind of like...
between the
pecs.
In the
like...
Kundalini... No, I'm sorry, not Kundalini, but in the chakra sense? Does it come after heart?
Yeah, so solar plexus heart.
Okay.
And then you're also like, you know, thinking green thoughts while breathing into these areas. Mm-hmm. So like think of the color associated with these things. Mm-hmm. So like when you get to your heart now, that's green. Mm-hmm. That's like one that deals with love. That's the first one that's like, you know, it's like I've gotten all of these things and I think I'm a good person. I'm confident.
I feel secure.
That I can like, you know, walk around and hold my head up high. You know, I feel like I'm safe. So let's go fucking love somebody. Let's go hug some people. Let's be present in the world today. Yeah. Like not just people, but like let's love trees and video games and tennis balls and video and sports and fucking, you know, like books and like let's love things. Let's enjoy things. Let's really just appreciate life.
I have an analogy, but I don't know if it's appropriate.
Go for it. Yeah, I know her.
Yeah, so I have a friend, right? So sorry. And I just reminded me, right? Because it's like her name.
Yeah. Margaret.
Her name's Margaret, and what's it called? She makes everyone feel very, very nice, right? And so it was just this like idea, right? Of like if she makes everyone feel extra nice, right?
Yeah.
And so
she's wonderful lady.
And so like it's the idea that like if everyone was at their full tank, feeling super nice, that the extra was you just want to share it because she just loves to like tell everyone that she loves them and like she's calling up her friends.
She feels so good. She just wants to
share the love.
She doesn't like bank it. She's not trying to like.
Yeah, she's not trying to hold on to it and like sharing.
Once you feel good enough, so it's you just want to make other people.
It's
feel
like
good.
imagine if we got to that level where you're not depressed and you're not dealing with this stuff and you're accepting these things, and like let's say you got to that level, would you wanna share like Margaret? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I don't know. It's just like that's kind of cool. Like that if she's over the tank, you know what I mean? Then like
and I think
that's the natural
like
response.
Margaret really poured gasoline on the fire of like things like chakras sometimes to give you a taste of what it would be like to be completely open in like euphoric. These type of ways. Yeah. But after so like your heart chakra. Yeah. So your heart chakra is like green light blah blah blah. Then you've got that leading out into your...
But heart chakra is not about loving others. What is it about? It's about letting go, no?
It's about being present, I think.
Okay.
So, like, the symbol for the heart chakra is two triangles. One pointing down and one going up.
Yeah.
So, if you imagine, like, you have a body, right? This is you take care of it. So it's that body isn't you. You have it. You take care of it.
Yeah.
So you came into this body when you were born, and through meditation and other like spiritual practices, you're trying to like ascend to like like some divine like goodness or whatever. So like the heart chakra is that point in the middle when they're like meeting.
Okay.
It's when it's this unification of body, of spirit and body and mind.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, because you can be. I don't know who said this, but you can be like totally like spiritually like awakened and like whatever, and like be starving. You know what I mean? And like not do what the body needs.
Yeah.
And like be totally here, but if you're like here. And if you're completely focused up here,
this is going to fall away.
Your body
will deteriorate, will fall behind.
It's body and mind, right?
Yeah.
It's a separation of body and mind, but it's the harmony of body and mind, right?
Yeah, it's like the two snakes dancing around the staff or whatever. It's like you have to understand that they are separate so that way you can get them to work together for for your ultimate good.
Yeah.
Because like, fuck body, mind, and all that other shit. Fuck all that. Who the fuck cares about any of that? It should all serve me. And like not me the ego. Even me the ego should serve me.
Yeah.
Like it is like, this like the me on my deathbed where I'm gonna cry and let out a single tear and just be happy that like I did it the way that I did it, and that I'm like, even if I'm gonna go anywhere where I just get nothing but torture, I'll be like, it was worth it.
Yeah. I need inner peace. This is all that meditation has told me is like you need inner peace, honestly.
Yeah.
So okay.
Make some tea.
So heart and then what? The throat?
Throat.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's blue.
Okay.
Yellow, green, blue, deals with things like communication with others. So like clear communication, trying to get your point across, blah, blah, blah. Like kind of what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
We've got, I'd say I'm good at keeping my throat chakra open. So I do a lot of stuff that helps me like benefit from my talking so much.
Okay.
So, same kind of thing, pranayama, you focus attention onto this area, you breathe like blue light into it, exhale like bad, inhale good. Definitely do more research than the hour and whatever of our podcast is on the 7 different types of meditation we cover. But like this is really basic stuff. It's just like breathing into that area, like breathing out, breathing in good, breathing out bad, thinking of like blue. I think mantras are a really good meditation. I think mantras are a really good meditation for the throat chakra because they kind of like, it's almost like a focused attention where it brings your mind into this one thing, where it's like, but like a mantra, like I communicate well with others. Yeah. Others understand me clearly. Okay. I am constantly finding it easier to communicate with others.
That's so good, yeah.
Like repeating the same similar kind of phrase like that in like a positive frame. Don't use negative words like don't, can't, won't. Just always frame it in a positive. Yeah.
Because words have energy. Yeah. I've learned that just like living, honestly, like words carry a lot of weight, I feel.
But I think like mantras, because that's coming from like a communication place, is like you're almost communicating with the universe what you want, and you want to communicate well, and that's like using your throat chakra to open your throat chakra, which is, it makes sense, you know what I mean? It's like using your bicep to make your bicep stronger. So it's like, I think that's a pretty good type of meditation.
It's kind of being in tune with like all these different portions of like your physical body, but like also kind of what they represent in like a spiritual sense.
Because I mean, your root chakra is basically just your body, like, you know, food, water, sleep, like those are the most important things. And your sacra is like your gonads, you know, like your gonads. That's your reproduction. That's the 2 things that nature cares about most, is you not dying and you reproducing. That's at the base of your chakras. And then you get past that and it's confidence. It's like, I mean, that's kind of nice to think after I reproduce, nature kind of wants me to be confident. It's like, go get some and then feel good about yourself about it. And then maybe if you feel good about yourself, maybe go love that person. No. And then if you love that person, maybe communicate with that person how much you love them. And then,
I feel like that's all in the physical sense.
But like that's all in the nature of like.
I feel like those examples all serve
name a more spiritual connection than your life partner.
Yourself.
Not for everyone. I think there's plenty of people that will completely neglect their relationship with themselves and only focus on their partner.
I feel like it's a good way to get lost.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm there now. I feel like I focused everything and like energy into like my relationship, you know? Yeah. And like I lost myself. And I'm like, oh, that's
it's okay.
not good.
The woods are. Can you see your next step?
I don't fucking know. It's okay, but I'm just saying like you shouldn't live for other people. You shouldn't have someone. I think that in the end we are born alone. Yeah. And we do die alone. You know what I mean? And in the end you have you, and it's really important to feel good in yourself and feel peace. You know what I mean? Like not judgmental and like stuff like that. You know, like I don't know.
Do you want to hear a cool story I heard from when you're lost?
I don't know if you got that.
There's a moose and a man walking through the woods, and like the man's talking to the moose and he's like, "Hey bro, I'm lost. I can't see out of the woods. I don't know where I'm going." Yeah. And the moose asks the man, "Can you see your feet?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, then just take your next step."
Huh. You know what my thing told me today?
What?
Wait, I gotta show you my phone.
Co-star?
No, I have to. It's so good. Wait up, where's my phone? Yo, I need it.
But after your throat chakra and you've done some mantras and opening up your throat chakra.
No, you just said what? Something about like taking your next step. You just see your foot. Yeah. Okay, now take your next step. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Try to leap before looking. Is that not the same fucking thing?
She said leap before looking. I said look at your foot, then take the step.
But you don't know where you're going.
Yeah, that's true. That's also true. That is true. You can't see out the woods.
Okay, sorry. That just blew my mind a little. So you sometimes talk to me, and I'm just like, stop telling me the same shit it's telling me. Yeah. You're like giving me too real advice. We just talk
enough that at some point, I will say something that can remind you of CoStar.
No, it's like specific. Is that not? Am I stretching? Am I reaching?
No, you're fine. Sorry. But you also have confirmation bias. Don't forget that. So then we have after throat,
I don't
third
know how
eye.
erratic I'm being.
There's the. Girl, shut the hell up. Right now.
What are you saying?
I'll smack you.
Okay, let's go.
Don't even.
Let's go.
Erratic schmatic.
Go.
Then after throat, we've got third eye, which lines up with, some people have heard it like the pineal gland.
Pineal. I've heard it. Sorry.
Either way. But like that's when, you know, people start talking about like seeing stuff and blah blah blah. It's fun to talk about, but you know, same kind of thing, like real basic, just breathing energy into the area, you know, thinking indigo lights, enjoying yourself, and then continuing to like you know, work your way up to like, personally my level of meditation education kind of falters out right around heart, because that's when I stopped personally meditating so much, trying to clear out my chakras. I spent a good month or two on each one up until that point, but yeah, there's another type of meditation rather than just like specific trying to clear out the individual chakras, called like Kundalini Meditation, which, to really quickly sum up, is like
the big boy.
Yeah, pouring gasoline on a fire. Yeah. It's the meditation on a motorcycle for nobody who knows how to ride a bike. You know, it's not for the faint of heart. Really look it up before you do it, and probably don't even do it. Do months of meditation before you try something like Kundalini.
Definitely.
Like that is my recommendation. Like, it's not for the faint of heart. Like, practice this stuff, be about it before you try something
Kundalini,
like that.
you said motorcycle, right? And it is very quick, ranked up. You know what I mean? What is his name? Sadhguru?
Yeah.
He said it's the most dangerous type of meditation, but also the one with the most potent, with potential. Yeah.
Well, so it's like
potent.
Yeah, potent.
Okay.
Like I described, like if you do, like I spent a month opening my root chakra. That's like spending a long time going through the steps to meticulously open this gate to like get energy to flow through my body in the way that I would like it to, and that took a lot of work to get this gate open carefully in the way that it needed to. Kundalini is like kicking the door down.
Yeah.
You know, and like that door is a part of my body still. Like the framework that this energy moves through. I'm not just the energy moving through my body, but I'm the framework that this energy works in my body. And if I neglect that framework, I will rot away as a physical body. And like, I plan to be here for 100 years, and I don't want to rot away before that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So.
No, yeah.
Yeah, Kundalini is great if you really know what you're doing and have studied for a long time.
And it's also like willingness to change as fast as it's
changing.
You know.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You gotta be like water.
Yeah. I like how he phrased it. He said the fundamental life force we call Kundalini. Like fundamental life force. I just like how that was phrased. Yeah.
Sadhguru is great. That's one of my favorite people to look at any of this stuff for. Definitely, like, there's so much, like, you know, like I prefaced earlier, like, you could spend your whole life studying chakras alone, and that's just that type of meditation. Then there's mindfulness, and then there's focused attention, and there's pranayama, and there's all these other different types of things.
Oh, yeah, because it's sorry. The Kundalini, too, was talking about, like, some dimensions and stuff, which I thought was kind of interesting, because it says, like, you're born and you already first dimension, like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's your root chakra. You start filling up your root chakra because that is necessary to survive. You have some flow of energy in a body that is alive, and that flow of energy is at minimum stimulating your root chakra because that is necessary for survival. But it isn't But like say your crown chakra isn't necessary for survival. Your third eye isn't necessary for survival. You don't need to love anybody for you to not die. Like you really just need to eat food, drink water, and sleep.
That's not fun, but yes.
And then if you do all those things, your root chakra is going to be stimulated. But like that's all that's going to be stimulated.
Yeah.
You need to start to let go of fear, which is blocking things from continuing past that.
It was saying like the best things could be happening to you, you know what I mean? But like if you're not ready for that, it's not gonna be good. You know? And like it's like, are you ready for those dimensions in a sense, you know what I mean? I feel like this definitely do not try if it's like you're just hearing about meditation, I feel, because
that's why we talked about it at the end for the least amount of time.
He said no one wants to start with A, everyone wants to start with Z, right?
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to get on a big wheel, everyone wants to get on a Harley Davidson. You know? Maybe get on a big wheel first if you're a toddler.
But it's so interesting still. It's just really, really interesting.
And then there's guided meditations, which are really basic, really easy. There's pretty much a guided meditation for any type of meditation.
Guided meditations are good for like everything, but they're you just can't really. You can't. I don't think you can fully delve into what's speaking at you.
Some of the craziest experiences I've had while meditating, and I think honestly, the reason I did so much meditation was because of really good guided meditations. By a place called the Monroe Institute. Robert Monroe, Hemsync. They literally did so much science. Like the CIA did research on them, figuring out how to like astral project, and release documents called like Robert Monroe. Like you can look it up. It's the CIA's got all kinds of documents about fucking telekinesis and astral projection and like spying on people. When like imagine if somebody was in this room, floating right there like Danny Phantom, bro, and we couldn't even see him.
You know what? I don't doubt.
That's a lot scarier than my cell phone listening to me.
Yeah.
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 There's a whole thing in Invincible about that. It's just like all the tap water. Oh no, was that Invincible? It was just saying like you can't see it, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's theories on that, and I've heard about it like that.
But like that's the CIA releasing documents saying that they got people to astral project.
Oh, okay.
Our government training people to astral project successfully.
I don't trust what their motives are.
Yeah, me neither. They're literally spying on people.
Yeah.
I mean, they were drugging people with MK Ultra.
They were trying.
But yeah, the Monroe Institute is great. It's like training on astral projection 101. If you can look that up. I think the courses are really expensive, so good luck getting access to that stuff. But yeah, that's been really helpful. Those have been like my guided meditations.
Yeah.
Then those have been like, I've astral projected to the point where I've like seen my hand. I've kind of extended my arms out of my body. That's kind of like the limits to like my astral. I got pretty good at picking my arms out of my body though.
Yeah.
The first time I did it, it was like an accident, and then it got to the point where I could kind of do it. Like could just put myself through the steps to astral project and pull my arms out. I spent a couple of times like meditating, like you can start to see visions of stuff. I've seen like apparitions like reach out to me and stuff. Like I created a room with like a mantelpiece and 2 big chairs, and like I asked somebody to come sit down in the chair next to me, and I offer them a drink, and then I see a hand reach out to the table. Just like a ghostly hand, because it's like, I'm seeing shapes, like shapes of ghost shadows is like what I'm seeing. So it's like I don't even really see like a table. It's just like the ghost of a shadow of the table, and then like a glass, and then a hand reaches out to it. And like that experience made me cry.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm like low-key talking to my grandpa, and I see a ghost hand, and like I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
So
sharing a drink.
Yeah, with him before, because I always wanted to, but he died before I could.
Yeah.
So like it was really cool, but that took a lot of meditation. That was months of meditation before I had that experience.
Yeah.
And it's like I felt like I was floating before I saw demons. That's why I really stopped meditating, is when I was doing Heart Chakra meditations, because I spent a month on my root, got to my heart. And when I started doing Heart Chakra meditations, I started to see demons. And I literally had a event in this room on this bed where I was like, I thought I was laying down like this, and I look to my right and I see like a fucking apparition come up and over me, and it's like hanging over me like a Dementor, bro, from Harry Potter. And I feel fear like I haven't felt since like you're like a kid and you feel like you're gonna die. And then I'm just kind of like, whatever happens, it's the most scary event in my adult life. Literally. So it stopped me from meditating. It stopped me from doing something that deeply helped me progress in my mental health. Yeah. It completely cold turkey stopped me off of it, because I was seeing demons and shit. Yeah. And then when I woke up, I thought my head was here and my body was laying this way. My head was over there. When I got up. Like, I literally remember turning my head to the right to, like, look at that wall to fucking see it, and then it hang over me. And then when I open up my eyes, I'm over there, and I look up, and I'm, like, looking at the window.
That's so scary.
Yeah, so I stopped meditating.
That's so scary.
So be very careful with Kundalini, because I did it the right way and saw demons.
Yikes. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But it is confronting shit, too.
It's really scary. Yeah. I mean, I started to like write letters to depression and anxiety and just talk to them. I was like, listen, depression, you probably showed up when that first girl in high school broke my heart. But listen, you've been paying no rent for a long time and it's starting not to be funny. Yeah. You live here, you better start paying rent and helping me.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Serve me, bitch. Like, you're gonna stay in my body, you better serve me. You better
serve me. So that's when you start using depression to make things like art and like other things and like make them serve you.
Okay.
Yeah. That's shadow work.
I did not think about it that way. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Cause I feel like you can talk about depression in the arts all day. That's a whole different correlation. Literally. That like is, I totally get it. Yeah, that's. But I understand what you mean.
What an episode, bro. We've been going.
Yeah, I feel like this topic I wish I could have spent more time doing it. Yeah. But I'm very happy
with how it went out.
Yeah. I kind of want to go meditate. You know what I mean?
You should. So I really think you should. Good. I think next episode we're gonna be a little bit more relaxed.
Hopefully.
Do some that's not as research heavy.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, because we've been doing some research stuff. We were the fish aren't real, the Fibonacci numbers. Even meditation's pretty like research heavy. So
like I feel like each episode has been more and more research.
Yeah, but I also think that's just we're getting better at it.
That's good though. That's good.
I feel like it's less stressful and we're doing more. Yeah. Because I feel like the first episode we were both pretty stressed. Yeah. But now I feel like we're less stressed and we're doing better. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I feel like the product's gonna show. I feel like the output is getting better. Like your shirt.
Like your shirt?
Yeah, it's a gift from my girlfriend, Bree. She's great.
She gave me this bag.
Yeah, she bought the dinosaur.
She bought the dinosaur for the episode. No, that's why when you said that there were showgirls and stuff, I was like, I'm sure she loved it. Like,
she did. She said when she was a kid, if she came when she was a child, it would have been her gay awakening.
Yeah, that's so funny. She's the best. Great. Like, honestly.
Shout out to her for saying that when she did breathing meditation, she got anxious.
Yeah.
So like there are things to be aware that like not everything about meditation is sunshine and rainbows. Like it can be scary and anxiety inducing and not great. So please be careful.
Yeah.
I'm making sure that's still recording. It is.
Yeah.
But please be careful. Please study. Please do your research. Don't do Kundalini.
Self-reflect.
Yeah. And thanks for...
ask yourself how you're doing.
Ask yourself how you're doing. And don't lie. Like, really dig in there. Be honest.
Hey. And drink some water.
Drink hella water. Drink some water. Thank you for coming to Intro Avenue.
Thank you.
And we will see you next time.